Pretend farmer, you did not seriously just go out and buy 12 baby chicks, did you? Yes, I did. I bought 12 baby chicks because they were $12. $1 chicks at Tractor Supply. They're thinning out their stock. They're done for the season. We bought 6 Jersey Giants and we bought 6 more Prairie Bluebell eggers. And I've never had those, but supposedly they lay a blue egg, and I'm pretty excited about it. Most people buy their chicks in the spring. They let them grow all through the summer, get a few eggs right going into fall, before their chickens take a little siesta, and then they kick back off laying heavy in the spring. But what about the people that buy their chickens in the fall? First of all, you're not gonna get eggs this winter. Forget about it. You buy chicks in September, October, forget about getting eggs until like March. Let's go have a look. There they are. They're all huddled up back there under the shovel. We set this brooder up in just a couple minutes. You take a heat lamp and you clamp it over against one of the studs. You run your cord up and secure it so that even if the heat lamp comes unclamped, it can't fall down and hit the shavings, catch your coop on fire. And then the extension cord we run all the way out and over, down, all the way to the building. Now there is no brooder here. We just took some hardware cloth and we stapled it from one side all the way over to the other side of the chicken coop. Just kind of walled them off a little, I don't know, 2.5, 3 foot by 6 foot section here. Just as good as having the brooder, and the best part is Bucky and all the other chickens get to look at these little babies and watch them as they grow up, which is going to make the integration so much smoother when we take this hardware cloth down. Everybody's already going to be used to each other, aren't they, Bucky? Look at him up there. He is a proud chicken daddy. These hens that are older still have another year or two of solid laying in them, but just to make sure that there's no lapse in the egg laying, we're going to bring up another generation behind them. Now the purpose of this video really is to explain to you, you don't need a brooder at all to get chicks. Let's say you go to Tractor Supply and you see chicks. People get all intimidated because they're like, well, I got to set up a brooder, and then I got to get a heat lamp, and I got to know what temperature to regulate everything, and then I don't know what to feed them. I don't know how much water they need. And just people will talk themselves out of getting chicks. What I'm trying to tell you is this is the time of year to get chicks for super cheap. These are the cheap chicks. If you got a coop, you can do what we're doing here. If not, you can screen off a little section in the corner of your garage and do the same thing until you have time to build them a home. They'll need to be in the brooder for several weeks anyway. You'll have like a month or so to get it done before you're ready to turn them loose. We literally just tacked up hardware cloth in here and boxed off a little corner of the coop, and the chicks are dwelling in there with the big chickens, but they're protected and separated from them, and they're going to get along just fine like that, and you don't have the mess of having a brooder in your garage or in your house, God forbid. They don't need a whole lot of room because especially early on, the chicks are going to want to huddle together anyway to help them stay warmer. They can't really get warm enough. Now, I didn't even put a thermometer in here just because I know that heat lamp being a couple feet off the ground, combined with 70 couple, maybe even 80-degree days right now, those chicks are going to stay perfectly warm. At nighttime when they get a little cooler, they might huddle together more. But, you know, watch their behavior and adjust your heat lamp based off of that. You don't even need a thermometer. All the stuff you read that says your chicks will die if they're not exactly this temperature at this age, there's charts out there. Just ignore all that. Just pay attention to their body language. They'll tell you if they're comfortable or if they're uncomfortable. The chicks are making a lot of noise. They're all huddled together, chirping real loud. They're probably freezing to death. You need to increase their heat. If they're all the way on the other side of the brooder, away from your heat lamp, like they trying to avoid it like the plague, you probably have too much heat on them and you need to back it off. Now, giving them a big brooder is ideal because then they can get closer to the light when they're cold, back further away when they get too warm, and they can kind of regulate by moving themselves closer or further away. But that's why you don't need to focus too much on the actual temperature because they can adjust it themselves that way. And that's the setup we got here. Now going into fall, they do need a little bit more heat than they'd need in the summer. Middle of July, I would give them a heat lamp for about 2 weeks and probably yank it after that. They might not even be fully feathered, but if it's 100 degrees out, what does it matter? Right now, you're getting down into the 40s, maybe the low 50s at night. They need a heat lamp for at least 6 weeks probably. We're gonna have to keep this in here for a little while. And before somebody even brings it up, yes, you can use a brooder plate if you choose to use a brooder plate. You don't have to use a light. A lot of people don't use the lights anymore. They can save electricity and reduce fire hazard by using a brooder plate. And that is all true. You really can. I have nothing against those. We just use a lamp here just 'cause. We've got a waterer in here that holds about 1.5 gallons of water and a feeder that probably holds about 2 to 3 pounds of feed. That'll last them for over a week right now at this stage. As they get bigger, they'll eat more. You'll regulate from there. But starting out with chicks, we literally just bought these on a whim. We had no plan. We threw this together in about 15 minutes and we're on our way to raising up these beautiful young baby chickens. It's that easy. Don't make it hard. We get into the daytime hours. We'll let you see what these girls look like. We're going to get them out and play with them a little bit. Try and get them a little bit more tame than the current chickens we have that were mostly raised under a broody hen, and they're kind of wild. But we're going to handle these and we're going to show them off. So come back and see them and go out and get you some baby chickens this fall. Till next time, this is the Pretend Farmer. We're signing out. That little Rhode Island Red there is just kind of laying on the roost bar like she's waiting to be slaughtered or something. I don't know what she's doing exactly.